Hey, welcome back to IntyCenter, everybody, for our first proper IntyCenter for the seventh baseball draft, the year of FODEUSS 1990. And let's get started talking about Hal Newhouser. He got a dominant start. That gets Game of Thrones off to a 2-0 start for the season. And he was actually a Jason Giambi seventh inning double away from etching his name into history with a no-hitter. Alas, he settles for the one-hit shutout, striking out six, walking six. Archie Vaughn, Harry Heilman, they both homered for the throws. They win that one 7-0. And how about the pitchers duel we got between Free Fallers and the Burning Strangers of Bleach? That was between Vita Blue and Tim Lincecum. Blue goes 5 1/3 innings, gives up 1 run on 7 hits. Lincecum goes 6 2/3. He gives up 1 run on 4 hits. Dennis Eckersley and Rob Dibble, they're lights out in relief of Lincecum. But Hiller gives up a eighth inning homer to Roy Campanella. That's the difference. Reseda wins a nail biter 2-1. It took till the third day of the season, but we got our first extra innings game in Atlanta on March 31st. This is the one I referenced in thread. A Cal McVay double tied the game at 3 in the sixth inning, and we'd stay there all the way until we get some free baseball. In the 10th, Stone Temple Seattle Pilots got some real shit goblin baseball. Joe Kelly with a leadoff single. Eddie Collins flew out for the first out. Willie Mays' single saw Kelly go to third, but a pop out to short by Bill Dickey gave Atlanta and their closer Eric Gagne a chance to escape the inning. Gagne strikes out Cal McVay, but that strikeout comes on a wild pitch. McVay reaches first. Kelly scores. Van Mungo comes in, gets a 1-2-3 bottom of the 10th, and that gives the win and the sweep to the Pilots. We had a second 10th inning game on the 31st with a dramatic two-out RBI double from Roy Campanella tying the game at 3. In the bottom of the 10th, it was a walk-off two-out single from Adrian Gonzalez. That sends the Free Fallers falling upward once again. They get the win. They sweep the Burning Strangers of Bleach. Hey, a Mookie Betts solo homer in the bottom of the 8th tied the game for brand new ball players against Game of Thrones. And RBIs from Robin Yount and Daryl Porter would put them up 6-4. But a two-out solo homer from Yogi Berra put the throws back within 1. No closer. Jonathan Papelbon retires Jim Whitney to end the game. The ball players hang on for the 6-5 win. We'd call this one the Roger Connor game, but that's unfair to his teammates. Now, Roger did go 4-for-4 with 3 runs scored and 2 runs batted in. But the Gales of November scored 11 runs on 15 hits. They knock out Three Fingers Brown in the second inning. The Gales get a combined 6-hit shutouts from 3 pitchers, and they win this one 11-0. Now, the Gales would actually win a game by the score of 11-0 on consecutive days on 2 different continents. Somebody get a hold of Jason Stark. Got to find out if that's ever happened before. Spoiler, I'm pretty sure it hasn't. This one comes over the bandwagoners, and it was an even bigger drubbing thanks to the fact that Christy Mathewson threw a one-hit shutout. Now, I need to double-check the box score on this one. I'm pretty sure Mathewson took that no-hitter into the 9th inning and lost it with 2 outs because when I checked longest streaks, he had 8 2/3 consecutive hitless innings. Not sure if that's from the same game or not. Pretty sure it is, though. Somebody check the box score, but I think he took a no-hitter into the 9th inning and lost it in the 9th. Still an 11-0 game. It was a Josh Gibson grand slam off Gaylord Perry in the 3rd inning that opened the floodgates. Gales pound out 17 hits in that one. Hey, we're 4 days into the season, and Brad Lidge already has 3 multi-inning saves. Amazing B, you of all people should know the injuries that can happen when you overwork pitchers, especially out of the bullpen. But hey, Amazings did get the 3-1 win over Game of Thrones. The Surfers and the Demon Bags were tied at 2 in the 9th inning until Oyster Burns got a sac fly to score Deacon White. Fernando Valenzuela works around a 2-out walk and gets the save as the D-Bags win that one 3-2. Eddie Plank was absolutely dominant for Let's Play 2 on April 2nd. He gave up no runs on 3 hits across 8 innings of work. Now, he needed to be that dominant because a Mel Ott two-run single in the fifth produced the only runs of the game. Bruce Sutter did put his fans on a roller coaster in the ninth inning. He gave up two singles. He struck out a pair, but he does get the save. Let's Play Two took that one 2-0. And Mel Ott, by the way, starting out the season as red hot Mel Ott. 6 games in, he's batting .562. Amazings led 5-0 in the seventh inning after they got back-to-back solo homers from Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb. But that lead is past tense. A two-run double from Edgar Martinez capped a three-run eighth for the throws, and a two-out, two-run triple for Charlie Smith off Edwin Diaz. Sad trumpet sound. In the bottom of the ninth, sent us to extras tied at 5. Francisco Rodriguez would walk a pair and give up a single to Jesse Burkett. He then walks the grasshopper, Jim Whitney, with 2 outs in the inning. That means it's a walk-off to walk in the winning run. Throws win at 6-5. And Amazing B is lamenting this one, saying, only I can possibly lose games this way. And after their second rainout in their first 5 games, the Bandwagoners played their second doubleheader of the season. And for the second time already this season, they got swept in a doubleheader. Hall of Famer Rod Carew had 5 hits and 4 RBI across the 2 games. Tris Speaker had an RBI triple in the ninth in that first game. Then he scored on a sac fly. Heartbreak for the Bandwagoners in the first one. It was 1-0 and then 2-1 in the ninth. The second game was a 1-run game until the Gales scored 3 in the ninth to pull away. In either case, the Bandwagoners have now lost 5 in a row. They sit at 1-5. The glass is half full says they are 1-1 on days where they only play 1 game. The glass is half full person says they are 0-5 when the opposing team starts the pitcher they intend to start. Hey, other teams are at 1-5, but probably a little happier about that. Burning Strangers of Bleach had an 0-5 start, but they finally won a game. They didn't just win it, they walloped performance enhancers to the tune of an 11-0 win. Eddie Matthews, Salvador Perez, they each homered. Old Hoss gets touched up for 5 runs on 7 hits in 7 innings. He drops to 0-2 and has a 7.27 ERA, just like Pointy drew it up. Atlanta Autumn also won their first game, giving us no winless teams. They joined the 1-5 club. They fell behind early after they gave up a 3-run first inning to Albuquerque, but they come back. They take a 4-3 lead in the fifth on a Goose Goslin 2-run double. Albuquerque ties it at 4, but Autumn takes the lead for good. They get an RBI single from Sam Crawford, an RBI triple from Goslin. Those came in the 7th. Eric Gagne strikes out a pair in a 1-2-3 ninth inning. He gets the save, and Atlanta gets into the win column for the first time. Want to also note we have at least 6 players, and I say at least because when I check the streaks tab and out of the park, it only shows me the top 6, so there could be more than 6. But noteworthy, at least 6 players have a 6-game hitting streak 6 games into the season. That's kind of cool. So that means among them, because there could be more, are Ross Barnes of the Shack Barons, George Brett and Dan Bruthers of the Demon Bags, George Kell of Atlanta, Willie Mays of the Pilots, and Cal Ripken Jr. of Albuquerque. That's going to do it this time for IntyCenter. What a start to the season. We'll see you next time for another whip around. FODEUSS.